You that wanted to see a video of the mods on my kayak, a serious video without all the cussing, so here we go. Don't mind the mess in my garage. Alright, here we go. Here's my kayak. It is an Ocean Kayak Prowler 13. Heavily modded out. We'll go over all of them in a minute. I'm going to do a quick walk around. This is how it is set up right before I go fishing every time. And we'll start with the rear here. I've got the rudder kit hooked up from Ocean Kayak. Note to anyone who has the Ocean Kayak and would like to do the rudder kit, they are going to require you to cut an access hole right here in that spot. I was like, hell no. You're not getting another 50 bucks from me. I'm cheap. I found a different way to do it. Here's my crate I made with some rod holders for me. Holds all my tackle, my anchor, all that happy crap. And so back to the rudder, instead of cutting the hole back in the back there, what I did is they just give you this dry storage here, which is very shallow. Doesn't function very well. It's just a tiny little cup. I took a router and I zipped that booger out of there. That way I gained access to run my wires and my cables up for my rudder kit. And what I did was I replaced it with one of my wife's plant potters, and we plastic welded that bad boy back in there once I got all the wires in there, and now it is twice as deep as the factory dry storage. Alright, so that was mod number one. Also, they had a flat spot right here where I have this container. I said nope. So we cut out this 5x11 square and made access. So now I pull this out and I put another bin in there to keep everything dry, and I can throw in extra lures and all sorts of crap in there. It's actually really large in there, and this fits right back in there nice and snug. Have my phone holder attached to that when not in use. Go ahead and flip that out of the way. This up, and I've also got storage in there now. So storage is the key when kayak fishing. And I've got my Scotty mount, rod holder, paddle holder that I've put on there, my Lowrance hook 4X to find the fish so they can't hide, and then I have toggle switches here that I've installed to run my navigation lights on the front, and also the back for that nighttime fishing. The other toggle switch right next to it here is set up to hook up to my auxiliary power, which I plug in my phone, charge my GoPro, run my tablet. I don't know, hell, I could pretty much put a PlayStation in here if I wanted to get cocky, but I don't. Alright, moving on into the front dry storage here. This is where I have all my wires for all of my electronics wired up, and I use a little bit of hot glue. Yes, some of you might say that might not hold, but bullshit, we are going on year number 2, and it works very well. All my wires are run up underneath along here up to the bow of the boat. Now for my battery box. Made this out of an ammo can. Again, like I've mentioned before, I was cheap, so I wanted to do it affordably. Just did it with materials I had sitting around the house. So as you can see, I took a little clip and attached them to the kayak. That way, once it's clipped in, it's nice and snug and secure, and all my wiring back there. Yes, I should tape those up and get them a little bit neater, but it's a work in progress. So there's my electronic box. Oh, I guess I could show you inside the battery box. What I have is 3 12-volt batteries and my emergency searchlight if need be. One for my sonar, accessory power, and nav lights. These two hardly ever need to be charged. This one I charge about every 2 or 3 trips out. If any of you have any questions on how to do any of these mods on your own, if you are new to this, feel free to message me or just ask on this post and I can walk you through anything that you may need to do. Many other people have asked about anchor poles. Yes, those anchor pole systems are expensive. I prefer to just use a manual one. I got me a Libman extendable squeegee handle. It is 16 feet long when it fully extended. Did get a little cumbersome. Once I put it in the water, it would fill up with water. So I drilled some convenient little holes that go through each section. No, it did not weaken the structure of it. This thing is sturdy as hell. And it's been working out amazingly for me. And I think that's pretty much all the mods I got. Some of you are asking about drilling holes into your kayak, how to plug them up. Many will suggest using clear silicone. I do not. The stuff is weak and it will not last. You will have to redo it quite frequently. Hot glue I also do not recommend for the exact same reasons. So how do we seal up these drill holes? Well, very simple. Take any chunks that you may have cut off of your kayak, because they will already match the color of your kayak. And what I do is just take a little X-Acto blade, shave off a little curl of it, roll it up, throw it inside the hole. I'll shave another curl, put it on top of the hole, and then I will just take a simple torch, heat up the end of a flathead screwdriver, and then just very lightly braze it over, and it will melt this plastic in there. And it is sturdy as hell, completely waterproof, and you will never have to redo it. Well, everybody, thanks for looking. I hope some of this was informative for some of you, and for some of you who already have other mods and maybe some other mods, feel free to comment on this video to help out anybody else trying to get into this kick-ass sport of kayak fishing. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks for looking. Bye.